What up guys, CAPGUN here, one-handed gamer. I'm bringing you some Gran Turismo 5. This is the first video I posted on this, and this is basically like tuning your car. You can adjust it and modify pretty much everything on the vehicle, and right now I'm just adjusting the ride height. And this is GaMERs Weight Loss Series Episode 2, Exercise. So you've decided you wanted to work out or exercise because you are overweight, and you're a gamer and you've been gaming a lot, and you don't notice you gained probably maybe let's say 20 pounds, and you wanted to lose that because it's been the holiday season, you ate a bunch of junk food, you've been sitting on your ass, and you haven't been very productive. So what I would recommend doing is definitely try standing up about every 2 hours if you're gaming. That's going to help get the blood flow moving and start boosting your metabolism right away from that point. The other thing is definitely start walking or jogging, either one, whatever you feel like doing, it's up to you. What I did when I lost my weight, when I lost about 60 pounds, was just walk, and that's what I started doing, and it helped a lot. I only walked probably around the block, which is like maybe a half a mile at most. It wasn't really much. And at the time, I was really overweight, and that tired me very quickly. I was done, and I would sweat like crazy. I mean, it would be probably about 90 degrees outside when I did this. And you could probably do it on a treadmill. You could do it on a treadmill or a bike or an elliptical, whatever you can do to, start your exercise routine and achieve the goals that you're looking for. Basically, I was doing it every day. So most people will say, hey, at least do it minimum 3 times a week. The best thing to do if you really want to lose weight is do it every day. And you can do cardio every day. It's not a problem. You're not going to have a problem with overworking out your muscle groups. And then maybe have like a day off or something, like usually Sunday or Saturday, a weekend. So then that way you can have time to recuperate your muscle tissue and then get back into it. And basically after I did, like I said, about a half a mile, for I'd say about a week or 2 weeks, I worked up to a full mile, and I noticed, I'm getting, faster, I'm moving faster. I lost a few pounds while doing this. Wow, look at that jump right there. This map's pretty cool. I wanted to show you this map. I'm not the greatest at Gran Turismo 5 right now. It's been a while since I played, but I tried my best on driving this car. It is modified. To keep in mind, this is a EK, a CIVIC EK. This is a JDM version, so the steering wheel's on the right side, and these cars you can buy in America, but they're not as fast. They don't have a JDM motor inside. I think they equip them with an 160 horsepower motor, JDM version, so I'm not 100% sure. But this gameplay wasn't the greatest, I'm gonna say, but it just, I wanted to show you some Gran Turismo that I had and saved, and I haven't posted any Gran Turismo yet, so it's a pretty cool game. It's fun to play, but for right now I'm not playing it because unfortunately, like I said, my PS3 went out and I lost all my game data, so there really is no way for me to go back and get all that saved game data unless I fix my PS3. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I'm going to get back into it soon, so don't worry. But anyways, about exercise and everything, after working out and deciding, hey, I need to maybe throw in some weights, and I started doing that. I started alternating. I would do cardio one day and then weights the next day, and it seemed like it was working for me. It wasn't too much. I can handle it, and it wasn't very long that I did it for, maybe 30 minutes at most. But I noticed that I was plateauing, so I needed to increase my longevity of my cardio workout. So basically I started doing 2 miles every day, and it was really hot outside as well, so that had probably a big deal with losing weight. Your metabolism is going to go up through the roof. You're going to be very warm, and you're going to sweat a lot, so that probably helped. And then I increased it up to 3 miles a day, and then finally got up to 4 miles a day, and that takes about an hour. If you walk, you know, it takes about 15 minutes a mile, or yeah, about 15 minutes every mile. So if you jog, you probably do it half that. And I tried, you know, alternating. I tried jogging as much as possible, but my subdivision is filled with hills, so there really isn't, you know, so much I can do. I definitely gave up very quickly and started walking again. But if you can't, you know, go outside, you know, it's winter time right now in America, and Europe, I'm not really for sure, but I would say that I would definitely find a treadmill or maybe some facility that you can go and work out and at least do cardio every day. And you might be able to find like a community center or something where it's much cheaper to join than joining a gym, because gyms memberships do cost a lot sometimes, and people right now don't have that kind of money. So the best option is the cheaper route. And at the time, I just worked out outside, you know, and just, you know, jogging or walking, I guess you would say, and it helped a lot. That jump is crazy. And you know, it seemed like I was getting, you know, better at working out. It seemed like, you know, I could go farther and have more energy, and I felt good about myself. I was losing maybe 10, I think I probably lost 10 or 20 pounds within the first month I was doing this, and it worked out great for me. I mean, like I said, I was about 310, 320, so I was a pretty heavy set guy, and I still have fat accumulation myself right now. So I definitely need to get back into it. Matter of fact, last week I started going back into the gym. I think, where did we go, 2 or 3 times last week? Okay, so I went twice last week. I was talking to my girlfriend. So I am not committed as well. You know, I have to commit myself, and it's all psychological. Like I said, if you're not committed, you're not gonna, you know, do successful in weight loss. And it sucks. It's unfortunate because not a lot of people like working out, because, you know, it's just something else you have to do. But you need to work it into your lifestyle plan. You need to find ways to work it in there. You know, if you go to school, maybe do it, you know, after school right away, so then that way you can have the rest of the day to do whatever. Or you know, maybe do it when you're off school. Maybe just do it on the weekends. Maybe do it Saturday and Sunday. Do cardio Saturday, lift weights on Sunday. I'm not going to say you're going to lose a lot of weight doing that, but at least it's something to where you can get your heart rate going, your metabolism going. And like I said, don't sit more than for 2 hours at a time. You definitely don't want to do that. That is kind of unhealthy. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Try to stand up every 2 hours if you're a gamer and you're dedicated gaming. You know, I game probably between 2 to 4 hours, and I've gone longer. I've had 10-hour gaming sessions before. So it just all depends, but definitely work cardio in there. And supplements did help with my success, and I'll probably get into that to next episode. I'll probably talk about supplements. And if you guys, you know, are starting to work out or you haven't worked out, you know, just keep a positive mind, and definitely stay committed with it. Don't give up the first 2 weeks, because you're probably not going to get anywhere. It's probably going to be something like, oh, you know, you're not going to reach your goals, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, keep your head up and keep striving for it. And if you only have to lose 10 pounds, it's not going to be hard. You're not going to have a problem. So keep that in mind. It's not going to be very difficult. You probably just can change your eating habits, and maybe start eating grilled chicken and brown rice. Do lower carb diet. You know, maybe eat a little bit of carbs, maybe about 100 carbs a day, but don't overdo that, and you'll probably lose a lot of weight pretty quickly. Eat yogurt, probiotics, which are in yogurt, called acidophilus, that helps with the digestive tract. It's also good for your immune system. Since it's winter time, that's really important. Look at that. I changed the view for you guys. That was pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys want to see more Gran Turismo 5, it's not a problem. I'll try to drive a little bit better. I try my best here, guys. Give me a break. I've been kind of new to this, and I think this vehicle has now 400 horsepower in a hatchback, which is freaking insane. Very fast, as you can tell, so it gets up there pretty quickly. Thank you for watching. Always leaving a rating deserves, and if you guys want to check out my channel, I do have my Facebook link on the bottom there, and you can add me. CapGUN out.